What happens when one of the most photographed women in the world steps out in an outfit that doesn't quite land the way the world expects? Because when it comes to Meghan Markle, fashion is never just about clothing. It's symbolism, it's identity, it's public messaging, and sometimes it turns into a fashion fail that critics never let go of. Today, we're counting down 10 Meghan Markle fashion fails, outfits that sparked backlash, debate, confusion, or embarrassment, and exploring why these moments became some of the most controversial fashion talking points in modern royal history. Because fashion mistakes don't always happen because something looks bad. Sometimes they happen because of timing, context, expectation, or the pressures of being a royal figure in the spotlight. At number 10, the see-through skirt that shocked the press. This moment happened early in Meghan's royal journey, one of her first big public walkabouts where the world was still getting used to her presence on the global stage. The outfit seemed perfectly elegant at first glance, a sleek top paired with a stylish skirt that featured light, sheer paneling. But under bright natural daylight, something unexpected happened. The skirt appeared partially see-through on camera, revealing the outline of Meghan's legs in a way critics immediately labeled unroyal and too casual for a formal engagement. Supporters said it was modern and fashion-forward. Critics called it careless and embarrassing. But the truth is, the failure wasn't really in the design. It was in how the fabric reacted to lighting. A perfectly respectable outfit in the mirror became controversial under the intensity of camera flashes and sun glare. It was a lesson Meghan would face repeatedly. What works in real life can look completely different when frozen in photographs seen around the world. At number 9, the oversized emerald cape dress at the Commonwealth ceremony. This outfit divided the fashion world more than almost any other look she's worn. Meghan arrived in a dramatic emerald green cape dress, styled with a matching hat and bold cape detailing that flowed behind her. To some, it looked powerful, cinematic, almost queen-like. To others, it looked overwhelming, swallowing her frame and dominating every photograph from the event. Critics argued the silhouette was too theatrical for a ceremony known for understated diplomacy. The cape created volume around the shoulders and back, and instead of feeling graceful, many observers felt the proportion looked heavy and costume-like. But beyond the fashion, people debated what the outfit symbolized. Was Meghan making a statement? Was she intentionally commanding attention? Or was it simply a confident fashion choice that happened to clash with royal expectations? Whatever the intention, this outfit became one of the most talked-about fashion moments of her royal years, for reasons that went far beyond color and fabric. At number 8, the wrinkled tuxedo mini dress that looked unfinished. In Hollywood, this outfit might have worked, but royal fashion operates under an entirely different standard. Meghan stepped out in a tuxedo-style mini dress, bold, modern, and sharp in concept. But under bright camera lights, the fabric appeared stiff in some areas and wrinkled in others, especially around the midsection and sleeves. Critics said the dress looked unfinished, almost like a trial garment rather than a polished final piece. The structured lines didn't sit cleanly, and instead of feeling sleek, the silhouette read awkward on camera. This moment highlighted a key difference between Meghan's former life and her new public role. What works as a red carpet statement piece doesn't always translate in royal engagements, where every crease, seam, and fit detail is magnified. The dress wasn't outrageous. It just wasn't executed with the kind of precision royal styling usually requires. And that subtle detail made all the difference. At number 7, the too casual sundress worn to a formal wedding. Weddings in aristocratic circles come with unspoken dress rules, and Meghan's choice for a friend's ceremony quickly turned into one of her most criticized outfit moments. She arrived in a breezy floral sundress that felt light, relaxed, almost vacation-like in tone. The problem wasn't the pattern or color, it was the level of casualness. Critics felt the dress looked more suited for brunch or a beach outing than a formal wedding event surrounded by dignified guests. In royal environments, formality carries social meaning, and Meghan's relaxed fashion approach clashed sharply with expectations. Supporters defended her, saying she simply preferred comfort and authenticity. But for many traditional observers, the dress broke etiquette and appeared careless. It's a reminder that fashion isn't just about fabric, It's about reading the atmosphere, the event, and the culture surrounding it. And this time, that alignment simply wasn't there. At number 6, the dramatic shoulder cape dress that overpowered her frame. This outfit was designed to look bold, structured, and commanding, but it ended up sparking headlines for all the wrong reasons. The dramatic cape shoulder silhouette gave Meghan a wide, armored upper frame, while the slim skirt beneath created a sharp, narrow contrast. In person, the dress likely moved with elegance and confidence, but in still photographs, it appeared stiff, boxy, and heavy. Critics said the design overpowered her natural shape instead of highlighting it. Others suggested Meghan had intentionally shifted into symbolic, strong silhouettes during this stage of her life, perhaps as a statement of independence or authority. Some people admired that choice. Others felt the look came across as confrontational rather than refined. Whether symbolic or simply experimental, this dress remains one of her most polarizing fashion moments, a reminder that powerful silhouettes can easily tip into harsh territory when not perfectly balanced. At number 5, high heels on a gravel airstrip. Sometimes, a fashion fail doesn't come from the outfit itself, but from how it contrasts with the environment around it. During a humanitarian visit, Meghan wore stiletto heels while walking across a rough gravel airstrip. Her clothing was casual and appropriate for the event, but the footwear instantly caught attention. Critics argued the shoes looked impractical and out of place, creating a visual disconnect between setting and styling. Supporters insisted Meghan was simply staying true to her polished, refined aesthetic, but the moment reinforced a narrative some observers already believed: that fashion presentation was being prioritized over practicality. And in humanitarian or fieldwork settings, optics matter as much as intention. What could have been an unnoticed styling choice instead turned into yet another online fashion debate. At number 4, the oversized coat with extra-long sleeves. At first glance, this outfit looked simple and neutral, a long coat paired with a relaxed ensemble. But on camera, one detail dominated the conversation. The sleeves extended noticeably past Meghan's wrists and hands, making the coat appear too large and somewhat sloppy. While oversized tailoring is trendy in modern fashion, royal style traditionally relies on sharp lines and perfectly fitted silhouettes. Viewers compared it to wearing clothing a size too big, and critics argued the look lacked polish. But this moment revealed something deeper. Meghan often blended Hollywood-inspired styling with royal presentation. To some, that fusion felt refreshing. To others, it clashed with the visual discipline expected from members of the monarchy. The coat itself wasn't objectively wrong, but the context of royal fashion turned it into a talking point. At number 3, the off-shoulder dress at Trooping the Color. This may be one of Meghan's most infamous early controversies, not because of the dress itself, but because of what it represented to traditionalists. Meghan appeared on the royal balcony in a soft, elegant off-shoulder outfit that most modern viewers saw as completely tasteful. However, critics argued that Trooping the Color, a historic military ceremony, required more conservative, fully covered attire. Tabloids exploded with headlines claiming she had broken protocol, even though off-shoulder garments aren't technically forbidden. The reaction wasn't really about fabric. It was about symbolism, tradition, and identity within a centuries-old institution. Younger audiences praised Meghan for bringing modern femininity into royal fashion. Older generations saw it as disrespectful or informal. And just like that, a simple neckline became a cultural battleground, showing how every outfit Meghan wore carried deeper meaning than most people realized. At number 2, the creased wedding reception dress. For most brides, a few creases after hours of movement would go unnoticed. But Meghan Markle is not most brides, and every detail of her wedding day was preserved in global media forever. Her sleek halter-style reception gown was admired for its minimalist elegance, yet many photographs revealed visible creasing around the waist and torso. Critics described it as poorly steamed or rushed, questioning how such a high-profile gown could appear less than perfect. But the reality was simple. Meghan had been sitting, hugging guests, moving, and living in the dress, like any real person would. The human experience clashed with the frozen perfection expected in royal imagery, and natural fabric movement became labeled as a flaw. It was a moment that reminded the world that public figures are human beings, but still held to impossible visual standards. At number 1, the ill-fitting burgundy dress that became her most criticized look. This outfit is still remembered as Meghan's most widely criticized fashion moment. The burgundy dress featured heavy fabric, awkward draping, and an uneven waist structure that collapsed visually under camera lighting. The neckline looked stiff, the torso appeared bulky, and the overall silhouette didn't seem tailored to her proportions. Fashion analysts called the design unflattering and poorly constructed. But beyond the criticism lies an important truth. Clothing isn't created in a vacuum. Bodies change, shapes vary, and garments don't always harmonize with every individual. This wasn't a failure of personal taste. It was a failure of tailoring, proportion, and design compatibility. The dress didn't work for her body, and because of that, every tiny imperfection became magnified in headlines and online forums. So what do these fashion fails really mean? Were these outfits embarrassing, or were they simply moments where expectation, symbolism, and reality collided? Meghan Markle doesn't just get dressed. She dresses under public scrutiny, royal protocol, cultural tension, and global criticism. Her fashion exists at the intersection of celebrity identity and institutional tradition, a space where even tiny styling decisions carry amplified meaning. Some of these outfits were imperfect, some were misunderstood, and some became controversial simply because Meghan herself is a lightning rod figure in modern culture. Fashion fails don't define her. They reveal how unforgiving and unrealistic public standards can be. And in a world obsessed with flawless imagery, they remind us that even the most watched women in the world have off days, awkward tailoring moments, and outfits that simply don't turn out the way they were meant to. Because in the end, perfection may photograph well, but authenticity, even in fashion mistakes, tells a far more human story.